Hi, I'm Sarah Tehan. I work in the Northwest Division for Oldcastle Materials. The second factor is the familiarity with the task. When we do a task over and over and over again and don't have an incident, we get to the point where we become comfortable around it. Complacency sets in. I think we can all recall a situation where complacency has contributed to a near miss or an incident in our workplace. About a year ago, I was on a concrete pour where the crew was pouring a 24-inch deep footing. It required 3 chutes on the back of a concrete mixer truck. The chute man lost his footing and let go of the chutes in an attempt to regain his balance. The chutes were full of concrete, and before anyone could even react, they had swung over far enough to hit another worker on the side of the head. The impact of the chutes knocked the man to the ground and left a big gash in the side of his head that required medical attention. Complacency played a big part in this incident. First of all, none of the crew was wearing hard hats. Early on in the project, I had questioned the lack of hard hats. I was told by the foreman that their company policy didn't require them to wear hard hats unless there were specific overhead hazards such as boom pumps, cranes, or forklifts. Secondly, the man running the chutes didn't have proper footing. He was balancing himself on a 2x4 and some rebar while trying to handle hundreds of pounds of concrete chutes. Finally, the man that was hit in the head could have been standing anywhere in a safe place out of the swinging radius of the chutes, but instead he was standing right next to the chutes. This crew was very familiar with the task they were doing, but they still failed to realize how much risk they were exposing themselves to until it was too late. The fortunate part of this story is that the injuries were fairly mild and only required stitches. And this probably doesn't come as much of a surprise to anyone, but the next time I worked with the crew, I saw them all wearing hard hats. This is a tricky one when we ask ourselves, what do we do about counteracting this factor? There is a concept called situational awareness. This is being able to maintain focus on your job all the time, every time you do it. Basically, doing it like it's the first time. Take, for instance, a prestigious eye surgeon. When asked, "How do you maintain focus?" he replied, "I act like this is the first time I have ever done the surgery." Every time he picks up his instruments, he gets himself into the mindset that this is the first time he has ever done this job. He verbally talks his way through what he's doing. And verbalization is a very powerful technique for bringing you back into the moment and being aware of the situation. You become more aware of the situation when you're verbalizing or teaching a new worker how to do the job, because when you verbalize, it engages your brain. When you're doing your next behavior observation, ask the worker to talk to you and narrate what their job is. What this does is it refreshes the training they've had on the job. If they have been getting complacent, talking their way through the job actually improves their situational awareness of what's going on. For the experienced workers, ask, what could go wrong this time?